Hey, I'm Bobby McCutcheon from the Williamsburg County Library at Kingstree, and I'm here today at this most fabulous garden. We're guests of Robert Welch and his wife, Virginia. They've made something that attracts the attention of everybody passing by on adjoining streets because they have something in their garden that nobody else, or in their front yard, that nobody else has in our neighborhood. These are called raised bed gardens, and they're going to tell us why they have a garden built up on top of the ground like this and what the plants are. So I'm going to step out of the way and they can tell us about their garden.
Well, we started this, thank you, Miss Bob. We started this garden last year during the pandemic back in March. And we moved from 4th Avenue to this house. We like the house. It's smaller than what we had, but it's what we wanted. But the yard is smaller. So, and I always tried gardening at the other place, but really couldn't do it because it was just so sandy. We never had any good results, and I wanted to do a garden here. So I started in the backyard, and I built a couple of boxes there, and then I came to the front, and I just started building these boxes and just going in a pattern here, 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 and the one I put in this year that's the newest box. But I have a plan that I have in my mind of how to build a box, and I build a box, and there are posts that go in the ground to stabilize it. And basically, I just break the earth, and I weed it, I clean it out, then I do a mixture of clay sand, goat manure, and horse manure. I mix it all together by hand and work it back into the soil, and then rake it. And I usually don't plant right away. I give it about a day or so, and then I'll plant. And what we have here today, we did both spring and fall gardens. In this box, if I remember right, Ben, is going to be squash in this box, and there's zucchini in this one. This is half and half. It's half zucchini and half squash. That's all squash, and that one's zucchini. Okay. And then we got cucumber going along real well in here. Actually, Miss Bobby, here we go. We reach down here. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. That's just about the right size too. Cucumber. There you go, young lady. All right, there you go.
Now,
I see another one.
Why does this look different than a squash? You have some squash.
I have some squash over there too.
And this is that shape. But this is a cucumber.
That's
not
a cucumber.
Squash.
That's a cucumber.
So tell me how to tell the difference.
Oh, cucumbers are going to be green. They've got little narrow ridges, and they've got more thorny spikes on the side. If you feel it, it's got little spikes on it.
And this leaf would be different?
Right, the leaf is
And
different.
the
It's more of
flower
a
would be
vine,
different.
where the squash is a plant structure, and this is more like a vine.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And we also have started more cucumber over there, and I do a little wire to kind of keep the critters out around mine.
Now, the squash, is this a squash plant too?
No, it's a squash.
Yeah,
That's
this is
squash?
squash.
Yeah.
This is squash, yellow squash. And yes, oh my goodness, look at here. Magic, magic. Might as well, Mama.
Yeah.
Look at there. That's a little bit of flower.
So this is a crook neck, or is this
It's
a
crook neck, that's right.
crook neck?
And you see those remnants of the flower that produced it.
So tell us about this. You get a plant like this. It gets a flower. Do you have a flower?
I start from seed. And I'm going to explain a little bit more, but I usually
Right, but
start from
this
seed.
part,
Yeah.
We want to see.
I start with seed in the set.
So we have a flower. Can you get a picture of, look at the flower. There's
Yeah,
a
not
flower. And the fruit or the vegetable starts from the bottom of a flower.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it goes from here to here, and all of a sudden you have this great
Well,
big.
the Lord gave us lots of good rain. And when we started this garden, it was a hose, as far as this season, because it was so hot and
It
dry,
was
you
dry.
remember? And I'd water in the morning and I'd water at night. You don't water during the daytime, especially when the sun is shining, because it'll damage the plant.
Now
You want
tell
to be
me,
careful about watering. You water first thing in the morning, or you water just as the sun's going down at dusk.
I see.
But you don't want to water right during the time of the day when the sun's out, because that's not good for the plant.
Now, you mentioned as we came into your garden pollinators.
Yes.
So tell us again about how important a pollinator
Well, we
is.
were just watching them just now. If you focus in over here on these cucumbers, you'll see there are bees that are doing their work, and they're pollinating right now. There's one. There's a big bumblebee right there. Okay? And the bees do the work for you. They're the ones that transfer the pollen. There's one. There you go. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're bringing the pollen into the plant, to the female, to produce the fruit. And that's where the work is done right there.
That's right. And
They're our friends.
They get that little pollen on their feet, and they take from the flower.
to the stamen.
And then they take that to another flower,
Right.
and they pollinate it.
That's right.
So things like bees, wasps,
Yes.
butterflies.
And
they
when
would be
you're talking
called
about things
pollinators.
like this, yeah, this is really kind of played out. There may be a few more fruit yet to come, but your female plant, your female bloom is close to the bottom. Your male bloom is at the top. And so when they transfer between the two
Oh, I
blooms,
see.
that's what causes pollination, causes the production.
So by played out, you mean that this one is done for the season?
Pretty
and
much,
It's done all of its
yeah.
work already.
It may produce a little bit more, but there won't be really that much more coming out of here.
Are all these crook-necked yellow squash?
These are zucchini.
Right. Oh,
That's
they,
zucchini.
Oh, these are zucchini?
Yeah, those will be zucchini.
What does a zucchini look like?
Zucchini,
Do
I'm
you have
looking
a
to see if we
zucchini?
have any.
Here.
Yes. Let's
Yeah.
look at her zucchini.
Here.
Ooh.
And what we did the other day in here, we pruned a little bit. No, I don't see any right now coming along. She has one there. She's got an example of a zucchini.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So we can tell the difference by the vegetable, not just the leaves and flowers, between a crookneck, a cucumber, and a
zucchini.
zucchini. And a zucchini is a squash.
Yes, the squash family.
And the yellow squash you see don't look like this.
You're
They
right.
look more like this,
Mhm.
but they are called yellow squash.
Right. That one's been on probably a little longer than it should have. That's why it developed those ridges on it. The yellow.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But if we can move to the back, I'll show you what we got around the back.
Sure. Let me put
Of course, we got more flowers here coming up in that pot that'll help with the pollinators.
Oh, right
Oh, we
here?
forgot about the okra. Oh, Miss Bobby, here we go. Okra. You want to zoom in? You got actual okra blooming right here. It's starting to form.
Okra.
This is the okra right here.
The okra here.
Yeah, it's starting to form an okra right there from a plant, from a flower. You see the okra? Now last year we had okra in this box,
Uh-huh.
because this is a new box. And the okra that we eventually topped out at 8 feet.
Wow, that's a lot of okra.
We had to grab it and pull it down to harvest. It just kept going.
Those are
And this
beautiful.
okra will probably it'll keep going up.
So okra you are going to harvest mainly in August? Is that
Probably
right?
July. No, it'll probably be later, probably another week or more, and we'll be pulling okra.
Oh, it's the collards you get later.
You're right.
not
Now the okra, during its peak season, you can pick it twice a day.
Wow.
You can actually see it grow that
They
fast.
go very fast.
Yeah,
And how do you cook it?
Yeah.
steam it.
They go very fast.
Steam
Uh-huh.
it. People
Steam
like
it.
to steam it or put it in a gumbo with
More
tomatoes.
afternoon, very long.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Yeah.
And you chop it and steam it, or what do you do?
We steam it. Some
Uh-huh.
people said that they can put the flour. That's
Mhm.
that's when they had the fire aqua.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yes, we got zinnias coming up now, and more bell pepper. These were peas, but I planted them too late. I don't know if they'll do anything or not. Now, this is the tomatoes,
These are garden peas, the little round
the little
peas?
garden peas, yeah. Now
So-
these tomatoes, what I do is, and you'll see it here. When I started them out, you see this has got a color to it?
Yes.
Tums.
Tums?
Yeah, put a Tums in a little container, let it sit overnight, then water it with that. Calcium. Tomatoes crave calcium. If they don't get enough calcium, you'll have bottom rot.
So you put that on them every day?
No, I'll probably do it about every other 2 weeks. And another thing that I do, it's very important for gardening. Don't throw them in the trash.
Why are they in a bucket?
Because what I'll do when I get enough of them, I'll crush them. And if you look real carefully down here,
Yeah.
you put eggshells back in the garden. Always put eggshell, because that's calcium.
And you just sprinkle it on
Just
the
sprinkle
top
them
of
on
your
top.
bucket?
Yeah, just sprinkle them on top.
You have some ripe tomatoes over
But always save your eggshells. Put them in a bucket and just let them build up, and then crush them.
I know
and spread 'em
my
out.
old grandmother and grandfather did that.
Yes, you don't ever put eggshells in the trash. That's good stuff. All right, well, come here, Miss Bobby.
Look
Come
at
around
the
here.
flowers on this bench.
We got another, and I'm gonna let my wife do the honor this time. Go ahead, Mama.
Yeah.
Go ahead, pick it, pick it, pick it, give it. No, we can pick it with our hand. Go ahead, just pick it and twist it. No, I got a
No,
pocket knife.
too heavy.
I got a pocket knife. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna cut it.
That's very good.
Boy, that one's not wanting to get the leaf. There you go.
One more here, honey. Can
Well, we
you-
give that one to Miss Bobby. There you
Yes.
go. She can show it for the camera.
It's beautiful. Do you see this? Beautiful. Oh, they call
Daddy.
it aubergine, purple
Aubergine. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Smooth, beautiful plant.
I've
I
got
think
another
she
one.
needs it
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
You got another one?
Yeah, here.
We'll take this one inside. We can have that one for supper.
And the flower. Can you see
There you
this
go.
beautiful flower?
Take that one inside, Mama.
Here it is.
Yeah, look.
That's a gorgeous, gorgeous flower, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this has a very distinctive leaf,
Yeah,
different
that's
than
eggplant.
everything else. Yes.
And this will produce for several months. It'll produce for several
Why is it
months.
called eggplant?
I don't know. You know, I don't know the derivation of that. Maybe our librarian can find out.
Well, we're going to have, with each story, we have a list of words and vocabulary,
Now,
so we'll have to find out.
I'm half English, and when I would go to Britain, they would call this an aubergine.
Yes.
Aubergine is
Aubergine.
what they call it,
Mhm.
aubergine.
And
And
the
they would
French
call a
call it-
zucchini a marrow.
Oh, that's not very pretty.
Yeah, they
I
call
like-
it a marrow.
Zucchini better.
I do too.
So how would you prepare this?
I'm going to turn to the expert for that. She slices it up. She does dip it
Slices
in
well.
batter and fries it.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
It
Yeah.
looks good
Yeah.
already. That's
A lot of
wonderful.
people, now some people stuff bell peppers. You know, use add, not bell peppers. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
this
some will
one.
stuff yeah, but we
Eggplant.
generally just
Uh-huh.
fry them.
And these are high in nutrients.
Yes.
And what else are they known for?
Oh,
They can substitute for meat. Isn't it correct?
really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, she's going at it. I think she's found another one. She's checking them all out.
No,
We got some red tomatoes too
You
coming
do.
along.
not,
Yeah.
not picking up yet.
Yeah. But now what I do with my tomato plants, and I'm really gonna have to leave in a minute,
Yes.
is I once a week I'll go in and I'll cut a lot of stragglers out. I'll
Mhm.
just trim them back so they got more ventilation and the bees and all can get in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we know that you have to boogie on back to your other job.
Yes. I love this though.
I know you do.
Isn't that pretty? Did you get a close up of that? Yeah. That's a zinnia. Miss Bobby, one thing I want to talk about. What did the old timers do? Oh my gosh. Do you think the old timers went out and bought seed?
Probably
no,
not.
No. They saved their seed every year.
Did
They would save them, yeah. And I
So
want
they
to
would
get more into learning about that, about the seed part of it. Because it used to be folks would not just, they would just save seed and replant.
Well, Miss Virginia and Robert, thank you so much
We
for
have
letting
enjoyed
us
it.
come to your garden
Yep.
and see what you do is absolutely beautiful.
Thanks.
And we're so honored for you.
We appreciate what you do with the library.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Matthews, Children's Librarian here at the Williamsburg County Library. We would like to thank Mr. and Ms. Robert Welch for having us come out to their yard and see their beautiful garden. We learned about so many different vegetables and fruits that they plant. Thank you once again.